Assalamu alaikum. I just am going to have a couple words really quickly here on a Friday afternoon about converts celebrating Christmas with their families. This is something of a hot topic that comes up every year, and it leaves a lot of converts feeling confused and hurt, and family members are feeling confused and hurt and estranged. And so I just wanted to address it really quickly. I think that most people who have a reasonable knowledge about what the average American Christmas entails understands that it's not religious in nature. There are, of course, many families across the United States who do celebrate a religious aspect, but for a lot of people, it's purely cultural. For example, in my family is overwhelmingly agnostic, and there is a Christmas tree and people exchange presents and there's dinner. There's no worship of Jesus, which is something that all Muslims know is not acceptable. It's not something that we need to patronizingly remind converts of every year. We know. Everyone who is Muslim knows that you don't worship Jesus because La ilaha illallah is the most important thing about being Muslim. So that's a bit of a non-issue because we already are aware that, participating in religious aspects of Christmas is forbidden. But the way that Christmas is practiced in many, many American families and many Western families is simply a time of getting together. Some Muslims say things like, well, can't they get together any other time of the year? I just find that line of thinking a little bit insulting. Like, this is a time where many people, inshallah, have some time off of work. So why would everyone try and rearrange their schedule to accommodate you just for the nitpicky detail of it being on a different day? When a convert, if a convert is feeling insecure in their faith and they feel that, being around un-Islamic situations, like maybe alcohol at a family party, if they feel that that might kind of sway them, then maybe in that case it would be better to stay away. Also, if you are in a position where you find yourself, and of course when you're in this position you're not very self-aware, and this is coming from my own experience as a new convert. You're in that stage, you want to do everything right. You don't want to do anything outside of the strictest interpretation of Islam because, you want to try and prove yourself as a Muslim. Obviously, if you're in that stage, you're probably not going to be attending your family Christmas. But if you do feel that way, I encourage you to try and open your heart a little bit, because whether or not attending a family gathering on December 25th may be up for debate whether or not it's okay, one thing that is definitely not okay is alienating your family. And when this is such an important thing, as long as it's not a dispute over religion, like if you're saying, well, you have to go to a worship service with us or else, then, you don't want to compromise your actual Islam. But if it's a situation where it's a simple family gathering and not going is going to hurt a lot of people in your family, then you might want to consider softening your heart and going. Then, of course, when you come to a place where you're comfortable in your faith, you know your limits, and oh, I can't be around alcohol because I have a history with alcohol and I'm afraid I'll, fall off the wagon. Or that you can handle a situation where there are other people drinking and you're not. You know your limits. You know what you can handle. And so in those instances, you can make the decision for yourself. As far as people who have been raised Muslim, this is really not is not a time to be enforcing your interpretations of non-Muslim events onto converts. It's already a difficult time of year for a lot of people, and I already spoke a few weeks ago about how converts often feel alienated from their families just because of their Islam. So if there is this opportunity for them to bond with their family, then alhamdulillah, and inshallah, it's something that can bring family closer together. I do encourage all Muslims to please not shame those who choose to participate in family Christmas. Again, Muslims know that worshiping Jesus is not allowed. So each of us can keep those nice little reminders to ourselves, because for the vast majority of people, giving reminders often comes off as patronizing. If you are one of those people who can give reminders and not come off as patronizing, then, do your thing. But anyway, I digress. Inshallah, this is serving as a benefit to someone, and I hope everyone has a good holiday, and anyone who has the long weekend off, celebrate that if nothing else. Assalamu alaikum.